good evening, and welcome to another edition of the Ohm Service Live with me, Marky Mark, and we've got Steve BFG. Unfortunately, Betty Dillygaff is not very well, so he's having a break this evening. So, sending him big huggles. And we wish him to get better soon. So he'll be with us next week. He's been really under the weather, as we were talking about last week. So, yeah.
I'm just intrigued by Tammy's festive fingers.
Festive fingers?
Apparently her fingers are feeling festive this evening.
Ooh.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, Chrissy boy. Alright then, dude. Are you alright?
Bloody marvellous, darling. Raring to go.
I'm actually a bit disappointed. After seeing you the other day in your suit and that lot, I was expecting, full suit and tie and everything, but no.
No, I've literally just got back in from work.
I know, but you was on your dinner break. You honestly, ladies and gentlemen, he did look posh. In fact, I was busy working at work. I was doing my bits and pieces, filling in some forms and that lot, and I looked up and I didn't even recognise him. Yeah,
what can I say?
Just thought I'd mention that. He scrubs up well.
What can I try? I try. Dear darling. Dear darling. Bless you. Sorry, this is really weird because I've got the vape awards on just in case anything's good. And I think I've missed the important ones because apparently Dino got second.
Oh, bless him. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Dean.
Big fist bumps, double of them.
Oh, God, yes. Yeah,
I do like Dean, I've got to admit. He deserves it. He's put some hard work in this year, that lad.
Too right. I was just sort of reading his Twitter feed. And my heart went out to him because I know why rough it is just doing writtens, let alone all the video.
Exactly.
And all the
I mean, yeah,
and
and to be fair, Dean's been knocking it out of the park this year. He really has. He deserves it.
Ain't kidding. So, there we are, Dean. Tongue firmly in arse. Stop this.
No, serious no. I like it when you see hard-working people get the rewards back. I really do. Yeah.
Bless.
I've got a lot of time for Dean, so yeah, good on you, kiddo. Well chuffed for you.
Mr. Anderson, how dare you, sir? I'm not the defendant. I'm the geezer that works the camera, so stop it.
Really? You work the camera?
Yeah, I do video conferencing for courts and things at work.
Oh, right, now. Well, I know what you're on about now.
Yes, I'm not the defendant. I may be in the actual courtroom, but I'm not the defendant. How dare you, sir? A humble lad. I'm just glad he bleached, because that could have been very nasty. Right, anyway, moving on. Participants.
You can say hello to everyone, sir.
I think I should. Andy Summers, good evening. Mr. Richards, pleasure as always, sir. Chrissy Doyle, good evening, sir. I hope the car's treating you well. Fee, Uggles, Flashy 1221, how you doing, dude? Hephaestus.
Hephaestus.
Kira. Sorry, Kyra. Where am I going? Anyway. Mark H, good evening, Mr. Anderson. We've already mentioned you, you handsome devil. Welcome to the Big Telly experience. Net Reality, good evening. Russ Morgan, hello. How are you, sir? Scott Morrison, good evening. Mr. Porter.
Uggles.
Tammy. You've got to explain these festive fingers, love. Devil Vapor. Royalty. Vapor Bunny.
Uggles.
Vaping Pasty, good evening. And I know Gailey's out there. She's still at her brother's, so hopefully she'll stay with us for a bit. Mr. Smith, good evening. No, we don't look like Mary Poppins, Kev. J. Jerry, good evening. Lisbeth. Hello. And I think that is everybody.
Everybody. Cracking there, Miss Mary Poppins. Jim Jiminy, Jim Jiminy, Jim Jim Jim. Oh, wrong film, innit?
Is Mary Poppins cool? Yeah. I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
My name is Mary Poppins.
Ronster, good evening,
Ronster.
you handsome devil. Oh, right. I think we're good.
Are we
I'm
good?
Gonna have to turn these awards off because they're doing my head in.
Yeah, I would.
Yes. I've got 3 conversations going off at once and it's not good. I'm easily confused at the best of times. What can I say?
What can you say? What can
After
you...
being called a twat.
You do not look like a pregnant goldfish.
No, well, yeah.
Bob. Bob.
Say no more.
Say no more. Say no more.
Right, but we were very, very drunk. Right, good evening. Yes, a few of our favourite things indeed this evening. We should be running through a much shorter list than we were
A lot shorter list.
of some of our favourite vaping gear. Not just the latest and greatest. Some old stuff in there. Favourite juices. And I think a favourite flavour may pop up.
I think quite a few favourite flavours.
Flavours.
Well, I'm not just talking recent. We're not just going to be talking about what's available now. We're going to be talking about the plethora of wonderfulness that's been through the years of our vaping journey.
Well, yours, mate. Yours. Yeah.
JMV and Dillygaff. Like it.
Is that the new thing?
Mm.
Is that like a vape couple?
Yeah.
Dion, dude, how you doing?
Hey up, Zan.
No,
Fist bump.
Hey, Zan. No, Stevie's not feeling well tonight, mate. So, bless him.
Mm.
He looked bloody rough when he came on earlier to tell us, and
yeah,
bless him. So
it's not been good. It's just not been good. Full stop.
No, we're falling.
Falling by the wayside.
No.
But we shall keep on going no matter. Get this camera right now.
You better stay well, because there's no bloody way I'm doing this on me Todd. Here in spirit, indeed.
You certainly are, sir.
Yes. Unfortunately, I can't do the voices like you do.
No, we're just not as good, are we?
Mick and Bill, world famous vape couple. I say, Mick, is there something you want to tell us? And remember, folks, if you're in the Gainsborough area and you need a taxi, just look for the handsome bald dude. Vic, good evening.
Good evening, Vic.
Will you be polishing your laurels later, sir? Will you?
Oh, will you, sir? Oh.
Sure, sir.
Did you, sir? Did you? Did you get it, sir? Oh. Was it all nice and shiny, sir? Oh.
God, no. I've just had a mental image from hell there. Don't.
Talking of hell, I've just finished Apocalypse. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Yeah. American Horror Story.
Yes, we've turned into the gents, Dean. That's the problem. Number 1 and 2 are in the same room. I say,
oh boy.
Oh, let's move onwards. Move onwards indeed to a little newsworthy event that occurred on the 16th.
Would you like me to do the bumper, sir?
Oh, are you going to squeeze a bumper in?
Oh, God, I've got to squeeze a news bumper in. News bumper.
That's a bit harsh.
What was that?
The Irving Waddler. No need. More respect for the Grandmaster. Otherwise, he'll confiscate your goat. No,
I know.
good evening.
Fist bump, mate.
Oh, bless. Right, so this was reported on the 16th on Planet of the Vapes. And under backbench business, even. Dear God, I'm getting drip tips and drop tips and dangly tips things. I've got the SoulOhm disease. And if you're wondering what I'm speaking about, look at his latest review. Good evening, Viking.
Viking, fist bump, and thank you so much.
Yes, backbench you did. I did say. In the House of Commons, they debated the effect of COVID-19 and the abolition of Public Health England on achieving a smoke-free England by 2030. So the discussions featured knowledgeable politicians, which I find hard to believe, from both sides of the House who support vaping and argued for it to be further promoted to current smokers. I may retract that last statement. Mary Kelly Foy, MP for Durham, gave an introductory speech where she raised the subject of restructuring of regulations. And we talked about this last week with the MVV. Help me out, Mark.
Sorry?
My brain's gone.
I missed it. I do apologise. The NNA.
Yeah, it's cool. Where they had sent a letter to Parliament suggesting a 10-point
that was a really
plan.
good letter the NNA put in.
That was a cracking letter. And to be honest, the plan made sense. I was a little concerned about the heavy emphasis on the advertising parts of it, though. It just seemed a little more commercial than it needed to be at the start. But
I mean, at the end of the day, I think I said it last week, it really annoys me when you can have a nicotine patch or nicotine replacement therapy advertisement on television, but you can't have a vaping advertisement. I mean, I'm not expecting sexy women on there and blowing super cool and being all, but if they did it in the way that sort of like was an educational what?
You've just described the Channel 5 adverts, mate.
Well, yeah. You know
I
what
don't
I mean,
know about
though.
the clouds bit.
It's to sort of like balance the obviously the people that are not into vaping and things like that. So it's not promoting like for like children and things like that. If they gave a an educational TV advert, I think that would be brilliant.
It's a shame they can't find a way of doing something. Remember the old bike advert, Think Bike, where they used the tomato? Because they were very dry, very droll adverts for bike safety. And it's like, this is your head. And he holds up a hammer and goes, this is a car. Smack!
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, back to the story. Mary Kelly Foy's speech was praised by Liz Twist, the MP for Blaydon, who continued with questions about the tobacco control plan and the aim for the smoke-free 2030, the Saving Babies Care Bundle, and a national strategy for reducing smoking during pregnancy, and how mental health trusts can be encouraged to follow NICE guidance better, and what steps would the advice smokers with mental health issues receive, and hoping they could be more focused on evidence-based statements. I will say that a lot of medium secure mental health establishments are now using vape products rather than patches, and with some major success.
Interestingly, and no, slightly off topic from what you're talking about, but the other week we had a gentleman in that had been on holiday in Her Majesty's place, and he came in with one of the vape kits that they have at the place, and obviously wanting a replacement. And I was quite intrigued by it. It's a disposable C4 type, but everything you can see.
Oh,
everything's clear.
I tested him about 4 years ago. Because obviously they have to be see-through so that you can't tamper with them, because they can be used to ingest substances that we wouldn't recommend anybody ever tried ingesting. They're a very simple idea. I mean, the actual liquid is drawn up through almost a sponge. It's not particularly cotton. And I think the ones that we tested held 5 mil? The actual base held 5 mil. So that was literally all you had.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as soon as you finished it, you throw it in the bin.
Can I just answer a quick question? I've noticed Scott's mentioned this a couple of times. Right, the heavy hitter, if I remember rightly, is a hybrid top. So no matter what device, RTA or RDA that you use, make sure that it has a protruding 510 pin that is fixed. So don't put a sub-tank on or anything like that. So basically an RDA or an RTA that has a fixed protruding 510 pin, and you'll be good to go.
There we are. Fabulous. Yeah, they are. And it was nice to see them brought in, especially in the prisons.
Yeah, I was... What's wrong with the word protruding?
I'm quite fond of that word.
Protruding.
Nothing wrong with a little protrude, my dear boy.
Yeah. I was actually quite impressed with it, to be fair. You gave you some right... He was showing me, you gave some right vapor off it.
Yeah, and the batteries aren't excessively powered either. I mean, because obviously the batteries have to be a disposable cell.
Yeah.
Rather than a rechargeable one. But anyway, back to our story. So Liz Twist also stated that e-cigarettes are a major opportunity to help more smokers quit, particularly those with high levels of dependency, which is common amongst smokers with mental health conditions. E-cigarettes have shown to help smokers successfully quit at greater rates than traditional nicotine replacement therapies and to be popular quitting aids. I would say I would probably disagree with the quitting part, and it's more a case of swapping brand for a lot. Well,
everybody's individual. Some people actually do it to actually quit, whereas others like us, it's just a change of brand. But you do actually get people that are sort of like really wanting to use it to actually quit smoking completely.
Well, this is it. Plus, it also saves a lot of money for the people involved. You know, which enables them to, you know, not have the pressures of low income, etc. Because you got to remember, I mean, most of it now is PIP. It's not disability living allowance anymore. So, not fun. So she praised the Cumbria and Northumberland Tyne and Wear Mental Health Trust and the TSC Wear Valleys Foundation Trust for numbering amongst those who do offer vaping products. And these trusts have not only shown leadership in treating tobacco dependency and implementing national guidance, but are pragmatists around vaping, which could save the lives of many smokers. She highlighted the fact that this pragmatism isn't found in many trusts, and it's not. You know, I still can't vape in the grounds. It's still classed as tobacco. So it's a bit interesting. A soon-to-be published study by ASH has found that 46% of mental health nurses and 66% of psychiatrists have received no training on vaping, and this has led to a pervasive culture of ignorance and doubt over the roles e-cigs can play. Again, I would argue that I'm seeing many more people vaping instead of smoking at work.
I'm seeing a lot more people vaping than smoking, but I still think the ignorance is still there, especially amongst professionals.
Amongst those that don't smoke, yeah, or vape. You tend to find those that do, which is frowned upon these days, but they tend to be the ones with more knowledge about it. Next to speak was Steve Brine, once affectionately known as the Minister for Vaping when he served in the Cabinet, and he told the House how he still holds strong concerns about the plans for the reorganisation of Public Health England. Now, this is a subject that Vic's discussed quite at length on some of his WhatsApp. My brain's really gone tonight. It's not good. It really has gone tonight.
You're doing well, bro. Keep doing well.
He still has strong concerns about the plans, although these plans may be subject to change now that Number 10 has carried out a flurry of staff changes recently.
Yeah.
Yes, somebody's going back to his planet, isn't he?
Mm.
On the issues of tobacco harm reduction, he states he always knew there would be somebody who knew infinitely more than him inside Public Health England, and he doesn't want to see that wasted. He urged the Department of Health to reconsider the removal of functions from the PHE and the need for new units to be included in the otherwise lost expertise, and refers ministers to a recent paper by Policy Exchange on how a new deal for public health can build a healthier nation. Part of this, he argued, was the reintroduction of ring fencing for the public health grant. So that doesn't mean unfunded spending commitments, according to Brian, and suggested the subject of making the polluter pay once more, getting the tobacco industry to pay for the measures needed to further reduce smoking in the UK. Well, we've seen some of that, haven't we, already?
I tell you one thing, and he's going to be... Hi, Stuart. Fist bump. It's going to be mega interesting. Things are really weird at the moment. I mean, we've just had news that they're going to be spending X amount on the military now. That budget. Then there's a budget they're going to be spending for this. Another budget spending for this. The country's in right disarray. In the year 2030, you won't be able to buy a petrol or diesel car.
Yeah.
And it's so like, okay, where's all this money going to come from?
This is what I'm wondering.
Because you think about it, right? We'll get rid of his petrol and diesel cars, which is great for the environment. Yay! But where's all the tax going to come from?
Well, that's why they scrapped the zero tax vehicles, wasn't it? So...
Yeah, I'm on about for the actual fuel. The tax on the fuel.
Yeah.
Where the heck they're going to recoup that?
Well, it'll be interesting to see what happens to your charging fees, which is unfortunately.
I mean, all right, I'm going to be what? By the time 2030 comes, I'm going to be nearly 60, so...
I will be.
You will be 60. I will nearly be 60.
Bitch. So, in winding up, Ash have blamed the vaping stagnation on misperceptions being spread about vaping. And Steve Bryan stated that legislation should be risk proportionate and reflect the scientific evidence based on the relative harm of cigarette alternatives. Now, there is a link for the full debate, and I will pop that into chat. And if you miss it in chat, get yourself over to the Facebook group, click on the units portion, and you will find in there all the links from the various shows.
And everybody likes a unit portion, don't they?
Oh, God.
A unit portion.
Well, it's better
so
than
dodgy. Would you like a unit portion?
Last year, I don't know about zombies, but we might all have boobs by then.
Oh, God.
Which reminds me, I was actually looking at some of the paperwork for these new COVID vaccines, wasn't I? And one of them actually talks about injecting T cells.
That's the Oxford one, isn't it? That's the UK one. It's like coming straight out of Raccoon City.
Oh my God. No, zombies.
No, but honestly, it is scary. I know we completely changed the subject, but I've got to talk about it. Do you think it's a bit rushing it?
Bit.
And I just think it's a bit odd that all of a sudden we've now got 3 antiviruses.
All I'm going to say is thalidomide.
Yeah.
Look at that. That was allegedly perfectly safe. Everybody was, everybody should take it, blah, blah, blah. Look at the mess that happened there. I'm not saying I am not an anti-vacciner by any shape or
Oh,
form.
God, no, I'm not.
However, I am a little concerned about the speed that this has appeared.
Especially in 3.
Yeah. Portion? What the hell have I come into? Gaily, we were being clean. It's a new section on the Facebook group.
It's called a unit portion.
No, it's the unit. In the menu, it is just called unit. But
And it's got nothing to do with Doctor Who either.
I wish it had. I want to see the Brigadier.
See, the thing is, though, Stevie, now you're talking about T-cells, I know for a fact, what with the COVID that we've had so far, the lockdown that we've had, we are not ready for the zombie apocalypse.
No, because Argos is only click and collect. How am I going to get my hands on a chainsaw?
Another thing that I was reading, it was sort of like the government is trying now to make places like YouTube, Facebook, Twitter and all social media, if anyone speaks out about it or speaks anti about it, they've got to get rid of it.
Really?
Yeah. And the government's trying to force the hand of social media that if posts starts coming up, so anti-vaccine or anti, yeah, they've got to get rid of it.
I'm just waiting for Bojo to turn around and tell you it makes your penis get bigger. That's the only way they're going to up the intake of this vaccine. Yeah, I do hope your brother's feeling better, Gaily. Chunk says, went to Curry's website today and they now have a queuing system to be able to access the site. Yeah, they're not the only ones, unfortunately. The government have been doing it for ages with grant sites and things.
I tell you one thing, I don't care what anyone says, the world's going blooming crazy at the moment.
No, yeah. Well, the thing is, and I saw a very, very articulate article about this, and they were talking about the lockdown pre-Christmas. And basically, what they were suggesting was that there's been that much fear and control whipped up, yeah? So people are now towing the line in the majority, aren't they? So if they'd done it over Christmas, they would have risked a real backlash. So what they're suggesting is that it will be slackened off over Christmas. Come January, we'll be back in it. There will be some reason for being back in it. And it's almost like a sort of form of brainwashing. I thought it was a bit conspiracy theorist, but a lot of it made sense, which was worrying. Tammy says she's got a small axe in her bag. I got no ordinary handbag. It's like a bug-out backpack.
Cool.
Tammy, you shall be forever known as Project Alice from now on.
But it's getting... I just getting weird. The whole thing's getting really, really weird for me.
Well, Vic's already said it's the Great Reset, which is another theory that's been doing the rounds for a long time.
I mean, there was one, what was it? The reason why they're doing it is to get rid of small businesses, so there's just big corporations.
That's the Great Reset. That's
and what is it? It's so like, instead of getting a wage, you get a living.
Which is basically what the old mine operators used to do. You used to buy from the company store, which is what the song 16 Tons was about. Because basically, you were forever in debt.
Yeah.
So, what does Vic know? He can't even make a cuppa. Flashy, no need.
Flashy, he can make a cuppa. He makes a baby cup of tea. It's for babies.
And for those interested in Chunk's issue with Curry's, we will be doing a little bit of a Black Friday special.
We will be, yeah. Next Thursday, we're doing our Black Friday.
However, seeing as most sites appear to think it's been Black Friday for the last month.
Yeah, I'm going to be going into December as well.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. What I have noticed, and I'm a little perturbed by this, some of these bargains aren't really that much of a bargain.
No, they haven't been for years, though, have they, really?
But on a non-vaping related note, if you're after a coffee machine, a Tassimo one, get yourself over to Curry's. You can currently pick one up for about $29.99, and they're not the basic model, which suggests there's a new model coming out, but bit of a bargain, that. Slaps flashy with 2 large solid crystal vapor and what? Now you're just showing off, Vic. You know, by the end of this, it's going to be, you know, Quadrophenia, the scooters. Vic's going to be able to have that mobility scooter with the vapor and the wards attached on little chrome bars. It'll look fabulous.
And Bill's just ordered a G-Class for 62 quid from eSig One.
No, that's cheap. Yeah, I like that.
I mean, 62 quid for a G-Class, you can't go wrong with that.
No. And Flashy's just shown he is kinky. Life-size crystals. My God. You don't get to bask in the glory, do you, for long?
Nope.
Not in this chat. You think this is just the warm-up, Vic? I can't wait to see what's happening on yours.
Yeah, I noticed that, Vic, as well. Yeah, it does make you wonder. But saying that, G-Class is getting old now.
Still a good bit of kit, though.
Oh, yeah, don't get me wrong. It's a brilliant bit of kit. But, I mean, how old's the G-Class now? 2-year-old?
Same, must be coming up to 3.
I would have thought so.
The first expo that I went to, it had just come out. It was the must-have mod. Because I'm sure... Sorry, the first May expo I went to. Because Vic... I remember seeing Vic being, shall we say, pandered in the EE section. He was sat at the table and he was showing him his bits.
It's coming up to 4 years.
Well, it goes to show if you can produce a classic. Because you don't see many stuff, you see grumbles about the joysticks, etc. But Mick paid 225 quid for his. Jesus. Plenty of twiddling to be had. Yes, pandered, the E section, I say.
Anyway, you know what I'm like. It's got dials and switches and menus and all that. I don't know. Give me something back to basic.
I was going to say, we're lucky if we get manhandled by Vaporesso, aren't we? We don't get pandered.
I definitely don't get blooming pandered. Not even from blooming Vaporesso. Jeeps. I ended up sending them a snotty letter the other day.
Oh, bless you.
Fed with them blooming hounding me.
Well, this is... I know we're talking about favourite things. That's probably one of my least favourite things. Since I've got involved with this side of things, it's become very apparent that certain companies...
Where's your review? Where's your review?
Still think it's 2017, don't they?
Where's your review? We sent you review. We sent you. You received today. Why no review? Piss off.
Stop it. Oh, I love it. Not only is he second, but he's turned into a vaping Che Guevara.
Honestly,
Dino,
honestly, no word of a lie. I sent a right snotty letter. I've been reviewing now for Vaporesso for coming up to 5 years, and I have never known them to hound you so much. Honestly, ridiculous now.
But anyway, that's our little grumble of the. Was that our rant of the week?
Oh, I could go on. I really could. I really could. Honestly, I am. It's so like like I said, I've been reviewing for nearly on 5 years, and I have never known it to be so cutthroat with these companies now. They're literally, the day that you've got the device, they want the review out that day.
Well, and the demands that go along with sending the device. I mean, I think there you go. Vic's just said he's getting hounded by him as well.
I had one company, I'm not going to mention companies and that lot because it's not fair, but I literally had one company that sent me 4 emails in one day for a product that not left China yet. Well, sorry, Hong Kong yet.
Yeah. Now, Shane, that is a bargain. Aegis Boost Plus, less than 20 quid. No, I don't. Everybody knows I use this as a daily banger, mainly because otherwise I set off the fire alarms. But for a pod, I cannot fault the flavour, I cannot fault the cloud production, and I cannot fault the ease that you can get hold of replacement parts for it. Absolutely brilliant. However, saying that, I do have a little something on its way, thanks to Toby, bless him, for review, which may stick the boot in.
Ooh.
So I'm not going to say any more than that because I've not received it yet, but you will be able to see the upcoming review for this potential boost killer, which will be an interesting one. I like my pod system, a Ragnar and a Fallout vape game. Have you got a custom skin for your Boost Plus? No, I don't. I like my natural skin. And I've only got one of them. What can I say? Have you got a custom skin for your Boost? Shane's retracted that one. Right. Well, what time are we on? Oh, I think we better roll the main, darling.
The main? Oh, sorry, the main bumper. Main bumper. Which one's that one? That's
I know the Drag X was supposed to be the boost killer. I would argue that it's a damn fine pod. Don't get me wrong, and I love the PMP coils. But for me personally, the airflow's just way too much on the Drag X.
I don't own a Drag X.
Don't you?
No.
You'll have to have a fiddle with mine, darling.
That's what she said. As much as the Drag X, I mean, obviously we sell the Drag X and the Drag S as well, and they sell really, really well. But I'd love to have a go at the Drag X. Is it the dual 18650? I think that's more my bag.
Pam, the PMP RBA is a cracking bit of kit, and I currently have mine on top of the Aegis X, and again, that's my work time. So when I'm out for dinner for half an hour,
is that still 2 mil though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's still 2 mil, but does me nicely. And again, it's lovely knowing that you can walk into any vape shop and virtually any vape shop and pick up a coil for it. Yeah,
the Max, that's it, Stevie. Yeah. I think that actually interests me more. I don't know why.
I say.
Well, you know me, if I'm going to vape somewhere, I'm either on sort of like my clutch type of thing or I'm on my XL. I'm really old school, aren't I, really? I'm just not with it. I'm not just down with it with the pod systems, you know what I mean, man?
Like I say, if I didn't have the issue with the fire alarms, I'd still be blazing away on my mechs and all the rest of it. It's just I've got used to using the pod.
See, I'm also a tight-fisted bugger. Let's be right. I'm a tight-fisted bugger because obviously stock coils.
Oh, God, it starts getting pricey.
Yeah, of course it does.
Yeah.
And it's so like, I'm just one of these people. No, I'd rather buy some cotton. Cotton's cheap as out, and I can shove some nice coils in this, and they'll last me forever and a day.
And it's true. I mean,
I literally, I'm using my well, it's not my free match mesh pro, it's the M Pro, which, don't get me wrong, for a stock coil tank, I absolutely love it. The flavour that you get off them triple coils, fantastic, even the dual coils. What did I put in it now? Anyway, I put juice in, and literally the coil packed in, or stopped giving the flavour after 2 days. Now, one of them coils is, what, £3? And like, that's expensive. Because obviously I'm used to rebuilding and that lot. I think that, I know compared to cigarettes and all that lot, but I haven't had a cigarette in 9 years. So it's sort of like, yeah, do you know what I mean? I just can't see the point of buying stock coils when you can buy rebuildable. It just seems like a stock load of money.
There is part of me thinks that maybe this sort of burst in pod activity is linked with the rise of nic salts. Because obviously, if it is costing you for the coils, and it does, I mean, what? I'm normally paying anywhere from 12 to 15 quid for a packet of 5. Yeah? You're not going to put a juice in that's heavy VG and risk burning out your coil early, are you? Yeah.
It's so like, especially so like when you, all right, nic salts are slightly different, but you go for your normal sort of like short fill juices, and a lot of them are quite heavy on the sweet side. And it's obviously the sweetness that actually clogs up your coils and makes it, obviously, you've got the burnt taste because of the caramelization. So it's sort of like with a rebuildable, it's literally you clean the actual coil itself and re-wick it.
Yeah.
Whereas on a stock coil, you've got to change the coil.
Oh, yeah.
I just think it's only the actual mesh that's in it will be fine. There'll be no wrong with the mesh. It's the actual cotton that's naff.
And I do tend to find that the pod coils are less forgiving. You know, it only takes 2 or 3 dry hits, which is easy to do if you're puffing away on your pod while you're driving. And, it does impair the actual sort of flavour and cloud that you get off it,
I know it's all preferable choice. If I remember rightly, Dean's always been a fan of stock coils. I think he's mainly a stock coil person. And I think it's horses for courses, isn't it, really? But me, I'd rather build me coils, make my own coils. I'd rather do that. And I don't know whether that's the hobby side of me or it's just that I'm a Yorkshireman and I'm tight-fisted.
Well, there was an interesting, I think it was one of the lads in chat, put up a comment about having a suspicion that those that smoke rollies tended to be the ones that went onto the building side.
Yeah, I've always found that. In the experience that I've had, especially when I used to work at the quarry, and the drivers, converting drivers that used to do roll-ups was easier to convert them to vaping than people that had tailor-made cigarettes. Oh, definitely. Absolutely. Because I think what it is that people that roll their own cigarettes are used to that being a bit more involved.
And the level of control it offers.
Yeah. Also, sort of like you've got the paraphernalia as well. So obviously, if you're rolling your tobacco, you've got your tin, you've got probably a rolling machine. You have to put a filter in, and it's that more hands-on approach. Whereas somebody that's smoking a normal cigarette, a tailor-made, it's just literally you buy the packet, you take it out of the packet, you smoke it, and that's it. Job's done. Whereas rolling tobacco, or if you smoke a pipe or something like that, there's a lot more involved. Yeah, that's totally right, Mr. Anderson.
There's a lot of love coming out for the drag, I must admit. But, so, onto the RDAs. If you were, let's say, stuck on a desert island, the start of Lost, which RDA would you want with you?
Oh, my dead rabbit, for definite.
See, I'd go for my Aquitas.
Yeah, good choice. I've got three main RDAs that I go back to. That's my Goon original,
Mm-hmm.
Love my goon, even though I still find it a little bit of a... It's not the easiest thing to build on, but the flavour, the actual build quality and everything on a goon is second to none. It's still one of my favourite RDAs. The next would be the Dead Rabbit V2. I love the Dead Rabbit V2. Very, very easy to build on. And my next one would be the Drop.
Yeah.
I love my Drop.
I'd agree with you on the Drop. It was Mark H that put it up. He put it up in Skint's BVL group. Yeah, I love the Dead Rabbit Mark 1.
No,
I
it's
just
the
really
V2
like
I
the
prefer.
airflow.
I prefer the V2.
Personally, it's the airflow on the V1 for me. I prefer it. But, I mean, I like the recoil.
Yeah, the recoil's another good one.
You know, I'll tell you what, if you could stop it from bloody leaking, the goat.
See, you might as well just have a Dead Rabbit. As much as I like the goat, and I think the goat's versatility was never... Its potential was never seen, I don't think. You might as well buy a Dead Rabbit.
True. See, I never got on with the recurve. Never got on with the recurve. Couldn't. It's one of those that's not very forgiving on the coil placement.
And Mike's pretty cool. I like the Twisted Messers V2. Love the V2 deck.
See, now I'm a big fan of the glass. I do love the glass, especially with the stainless steel cap on. Stick that on top of the Hadron for me, and that is my. That's
Shane,
my.
no, I haven't
I'm
got
not
the nest.
going anywhere.
I've not got the nest, and to be honest with you, that seems to be way too much faffing around.
Was it the cog?
What?
Was it the cog? No, it wasn't the cog. What was it?
So we'll get back to it. So what would your RTA be then?
My RTA? Probably the Zeus X. I do like the Zeus X.
I love my Zeus
the
X.
Zeus.
No, my Zeus X. I love the two RDAs that I go back to on a regular... Well, sorry, three. I tell a lie. Three I keep on going back to. My Zeus X, because I think that is an absolutely dream to build and it's a dream to wick. There's no faffing about. There's no special way of doing it. The Zeus X. The next one is the Intake Dual. Love that one. It is, again, another really easy RTA to rebuild and wick. No messing about. And my favourite second one is my Aroma Miser V2 Plus. Love that little RTA. Well, big RTA.
So, I mean, RTA's Christ. When I first started vaping, I mean, I was an avid Vic fan. And
You're not now, though, are you?
I've met him. Of course I am.
He's definitely... No, you're not an avid fan now, are you? You just... He's one.
I still fanboy when the little man walks in. Bless you. Yeah, RTAs. I mean, it was... this is a problem. My brain's gone completely dead tonight. Oh, for God's sakes. It was the Kylin. The original Kylin. And I remember sat there and I got Vic's video on and it was pause, play. And I was following every single step that he did. And I still couldn't get the chuffing thing to give me a decent vape. Me and building, I am not a natural born builder. And I tend to find that I have my way that works. And if I try and do it anybody else's way, I am screwed. Don't know what kind of show talking about Zeus X.
Not Zeus X.
Zeus, father of the gods, space X.
And Flashy likes the Dead Rabbit V2 RTA. To be honest with you, I've not tried that one.
Neither have I. I was intrigued by the big rabbit,
Hmm.
but the thought of the coils, no. See, I'm not an MTL person either. I really can't get on with it.
I'm not a big mouth to lung fan anyway.
Don't get me. I think there was once, and it was using this little bugger, the swag. Yeah. And that was the first time I mouthed to lung and enjoyed it. And I got that maple tobacco in it. The 64.
Okay.
Is it the vintage 64?
I can't remember off by heart. I know which one you're on about, though.
Yeah. And that was absolutely outstanding. But the
I know we're now swapping back down to our RDAs. Do you know something? I still like McKelpie. I know he's in. I know he's in there, but I like McKelpie. I use that. I think it's. I use it every time you do a juice review, and it's a bang on little RDA. This, especially for juice reviews and that lot. I like it for a single coil.
I know if I ever get a juice to do a written on, I'm still using my Wasp Nano.
Yeah. I've always got my Wasp Nano ready with me.
Bless you. Even with the piss yellow cap.
Even with the piss. That is the original when I bought that, and I have used that on. God, when did it first come out? 3 years ago, 4 years ago, something like that.
Bloody hell.
In fact, I ended up buying 2 of them. I gave one away, and I used that for me juice reviews because it gives you good flavour for a single coiler. It's same with this. It's same with Kelpie.
The only thing I would say with the Nano is it's not just a quick coil in, coil out job. There's a bit of faff with it.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
I don't. Me personally, with the Kelpie and the Wasp Nano, I don't think that either of them are hard.
No, the Kelpie was a damn sight easier to coil, but the Wasp Nano, just I don't know what it is. I think it's the size. I mean, I've got big hands, mate. I've not got fingers for intricate work. Yeah.
Oh, I have.
Friendly fingers, are they? Friendly. Spitty wee bugger. Everybody likes a spitty wee bugger vapor.
Oh, that's good news, Vic. Yeah. Good on you, kiddo.
Oh, I've kissed the dragon a couple of times, Mike, with that.
Oh, I've kissed the dragon.
Mr. Chandler, good evening, sir. Oh, man. Yeah, so, I mean, if it was a choice, I would always go for an RDA. You know, RTAs have their place, but I do find that if something goes wrong with an RTA, it tends to be fairly bloody catastrophic, and you end up with your knackers covered in juice.
You see, I mean, obviously, what with the job I do, I keep on ending up being on my Exo and my Zeus X. Just literally purely, and then obviously I've got my RDAs, unless it's like I'm testing the Druga out at the present moment. But normally when I'm at home, it's normally my clutch nowadays and an RDA.
Well, you and I have shared a living room, yes? You've seen what happens when you stick me on a dual battery mod with a decent RDA on it. It just gets cloudy. Oh, apparently Mama uses Asgards for the juice reviews.
Yeah, Asgards are really good.
Cracker.
In fact, I think Vic ended up buying 2 Asgards just purely for juice reviews.
Bless. And if anybody's wondering what Kissing the Dragon is, it's where you forget to put the top cap back on.
Yeah. I've only ever done it once. And I did it on me, what were it now? My freak show. I'm going back some years now.
Yeah. I've done it 2 or 3 times now, and It doesn't make for kissable lips the day after, I must admit.
No. I mean, touch wood, I'm very, very lucky. I don't suffer with cold sores or all like that, but it did look like I had a cold sore right across my lip.
Evil Bunny, I say. That's just put a mental image in my head that's not going to go away quickly.
Vapor Bunny having an evil dildo in her mouth. You hear it here first.
So, if you had to use a stock coil, what would you go for?
Oh, I'd go for my EM Pros.
To be honest, I'm with you on that.
Yeah, my Freemax Mesh Pro, well, which is now obviously the M Pro now.
Mm.
Yeah, love it. Honestly, them coils are fantastic.
Oh, there we are. Noel's just giving us a tip. If you kiss the dragon, best cure for it is to press a cold, wet tea bag on it. Don't know why, but it works. So you heard it first. Teabagging cures kissing the dragon.
Yeah, okay. Learn it all new now. So Dean likes the Fat Rabbit SoulOhm.
Or the launcher.
Ah.
I mean, if anybody needs a tea bag on their lips, hit Dean up in the DMs. I never knew he was into that, being hit in the DMs.
Yeah, there you go.
No, stock coils are great. The only thing I find is, whereas with the RDA and the RTA, you can tweak so you get that flavor level you enjoy and the airflow. Now, the Kremhild is one I haven't tried, but I really want to.
What, this one?
Hmm.
No, this is the Brunhilde, isn't it?
Yeah, with the wire.
I like it, but the filling up of it's a pain in the arse.
Well, the Kremhild one came with the as a kit, didn't it? With the tank, the mod as well, which I have noticed is available for a reduced rate on some sites.
Mm.
The old Kremhild, and that's one that really best cures to kiss a horse's arse. Doesn't occur it much, but stops you licking your lips.
Well, we're at past, so we need to crack on with mods.
Mods.
Mechanical?
Oh, mechanical.
We've got to start with mechanical.
Well, if we're going the mech, I love this one still. The Moose.
Yeah, you like your Moose.
I still like my Moose. It's basic. It's not flashy. It's not a big brand, but stick a 18650 in that with the right build and it's cracking little. And then, of course, there's always, he says always, where the bloody hell have I put that? Oh, God almighty. Hold on.
What are you doing, sir?
Yes. That shows how prepared I was. Can't find the damn thing.
Well, you know what mine is?
Go on then.
Mine's my truck. I still love my truck. But 2020, I have not stopped using this. The clutch. I absolutely love this to pieces. So simple, really easy to look after, and it just hits like nobody's business.
Oh, there we go. Matt says the Vert all the way. Jules, Dreamer or Vapor Giant?
Yeah, my Dreamer. I use my Dreamer regular, but...
Mike says Purge Enforcer or the Unnamed Mech.
Oh, yeah.
They are nice. I don't think I'd pay out for a proper Purge Enforcer, though. I couldn't justify that to myself.
Well, I paid out full price for a truck.
I know. Dean's got the new Hellvape mech through the other day. Oh, nice.
Well, don't worry. Send it over to me, Dean, and I'll get it out of the box for you. I don't get sent out like that. So.
My knuckle duster combo is still a favourite.
Yeah, you can't beat the knuckle duster. I tell you one thing, I'd love to get hold of some of them them Russian mods.
Oh God, the high end stuff.
Yeah, they're gorgeous.
Bunny says her ME was the best purchase at the last expo. Rig Squonk mod from Noel.
Yeah.
Never been a big fan of Rig.
I've got a couple.
Yeah? Never been something that's appealed.
I want them to bring this out as a dual 21700.
Mick's still using his slam piece regularly.
Yeah.
I did like the slam.
Yeah, I have the Romomizer V2 Plus on it.
Oh, bloody hell.
Looks ace.
Kev says he's still waiting for his nads to drop to try a mech. Try it. You'll like it.
Ooh.
Mike's got the Tishna mech from Russia. I think... the Dreamer was the one that surprised me most. I didn't think I would enjoy it because it just felt a little strange in the hand.
Oh, I love me Dreamer.
Like I said, I've got quite chunky hands, so if it's not a chunky beast, it just feels like it's a bit swallowed. But the vape off the Dreamer was gorgeous.
So, regulated mods.
Regulated. Well,
all
obviously...
time. These are going to be all time as well.
Well, surprisingly... This little bugger. It's X217 from Poo Poo. I love this. I really love this. And the Cylon as well, that's got a very special place in my heart. The build quality was crap, but when it was working, God, I loved that mod. You could, it was all the toys of Yee-Hee without the price tag.
I'd say my favourite all time has got to be my XO.
Yeah?
Yeah, all time. I use it so much. Honestly, my wife bought it for me. I think it was an anniversary present, and I've used it virtually every other week. Love it to pieces. But one of my favourite regulated mods was the Segeli 150 box.
Now you are going back.
I know I'm going back, but I still love it to pieces.
Segeli, I mean, they used to be a cracker, weren't they? I mean, they brought out some cracking mods. Oh, God.
And mine, honestly, I've got me, it's up there, and it works fine. No problem with it. And I'd hate to imagine how old that is now.
Well, we've got a few votes for the Drag, G-Class, Draco mod defined. Bill still uses his IPV VIT, but the gear has become a firm favourite. We've got Manto S from Flashy, Aegis Legend from Fee. Viking Vape had the same issue I did. 2 Smoant Cylons. They both died pretty much around the same time. Snowwolf mini kit.
Well, saying that, talking about Snowwolves, I've still got the original Snowwolf.
Now,
as Moda's Snowwolf.
I was going to say they were quite
high end. Well,
yeah.
I wouldn't say high end, but they were up there.
Oh, Bunny's Hex V2. Sorry, the Hex V2.1. Still love it 5 years later.
It just works.
Minikin 2, Argus GT, Aegis Legend Limited Edition. Elitist, Dean. Elitist. I mean, I've got to include the Hadron. I do like the Hadron.
Well, you've got big hands, it's all right for you.
Yeah, but I mean, I've got the Squonk pack on that, and that is still comfortable. You know, that's...
See, I was literally stretching my hands out to all that. It was just too much for me.
Perfect for me. Absolutely perfect. So we've done regulated potentiometers.
Well, I've already said it, hexo.
All right, you've gone for the hex. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go for that little beauty, purely because of the. I just love it.
I like is the MVV, yeah, the MVV, yeah.
It's the V2 one. I've still got my original V1, and it's an ugly bugger, but by God, it works.
Yeah, of course it does. Works on bang on.
Oh, apparently Dean launched his hadron at the neighbour's cat. Bet that didn't come back in a hurry. That's a hell of a brick to get chucked at it. No one likes the Zenith Maxo. No fucking needs the hadron near them. Yeah, I do. I love mine. And Kev asked, did it stop the cat smoking? I mean, the potentiometer ones are weird because at one point they became quite the thing, weren't they? They were the it for a while.
They've always been the it for me.
Yeah, but I like it.
See, the whole reason I got into doing reviews completely was because of one. Because the first one I ever got was the True Mods potentiometer, and that was the first ever review I did, and that's what got me into reviewing, because I love potentiometer mods.
I like it for the simplicity. Dial it in, bang, done.
That's why I always like my mechs. It's so simple. It's so easy.
But like you said, you look after a mech, that baby's just going to keep on working.
Yeah. I look at it this way: you buy a mech, and that's it. You've got a mod for life.
As long as you're prepared to put a bit of polishing time in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as you look after it, keep it clean, you obviously maintain it, it'll last you. I mean, I can dig out some mods here that's sort of like 9-year-old, and they'll still work. They'll work fine.
Have you seen what Mike's just put? Still want to get my hands on the Chalet MFG Berserker mod. 1058 watt LiPo mod.
Okay.
Jesus H. Christ.
If you're talking about mods, I'd like to get one of the, what they're called, Rubaru's Mac. Can't think what it's called now.
Oh, I know what you mean.
Jill 21700 stab wood.
Again, I wish I could have.
Yeah, I mean, it's about 300 quid. It's so like, I ain't got blooming 300 quid. Yeah, but that is the ideal mech for me. Jill 21700 stab wood mech.
Don't get me wrong.
Aspen mod, that's it, the Monarch. Thank you.
I love stab wood. Don't get me wrong. To look at is superb. But for the actual upkeep of it, I love a wood.
Mod wood. See if I can see it. Have I still got it here? I have. This is the Touchwood. And this was probably my 3rd or 4th mod I ever bought. Mechanical mod, and that's all wood. That's reclaimed sleepers, railway sleepers. That. Look at the 510 on that. And that still works fine. What we used to do, we used to get 18350s, and we used to get the what was it they called now? Was it the Boost? No. Oh, what were it called now? You could turn it into a potentiometer. And it was a little thing that you put in, obviously, to make it to an 18650, and you just dialed it in. But yeah, I love wood mods. I'm trying to think, what was it called now? Oh, it's you
got a kickboard or a book chip?
No, it was neither of them. No, it was Modus. Modus made it. Was it a Modus? No, it wasn't. It was DNA. What were it called now? Come on, Vic, if you're still on, you'll remember what it was called.
It's 1:45, so I doubt whether it is.
Yeah. What was it? It's going to bug me now. That's going. It used to be used to. It was that the idea was to actually put it in a mech, and obviously to turn it into a regulated mod. So yeah.
You heard it first. SoulOhm likes the wood.
Yes, I do like a nice bit of wood,
especially in his hand.
I'm trying to think what we were blooming called. It's going to bug me now.
See, Chunks just brought up the Tesla Invader. That was another favourite mod of mine.
I love me Tesla Invader. Tesla Invader 3 was brilliant. The kick, that was it. The kick. You're a star, Chuckmeister. Yes, the kick. And then you had the kick V2. And all it was a little tiny little device, little chip, and you had a potentiometer on the top of it. Just to regulate it.
So Bill was right then. Right.
Was it Bill that said kick?
Yeah, Bill said kickboard as well.
I've got one somewhere. I've still got it somewhere in me junk. But yeah, that is ancient, that.
So, given it's 1:45, juice.
Juice, favourite juice of all time is Lemon Lush. Everybody knows that one.
Raspberry milk. Same firm. Got to go for the raspberry milk. I love that.
But also...
Nova Vapes banana milk.
Also, what were it called? Anon. What were it called now? I've still got the bottle somewhere.
Is that the one you can't get hold of anymore?
Yeah, Anon. There we go. Limo. You can't buy it anymore. There's just a little bit left of that. And when was that? This was made in 2016.
Jesus. Now, Alien Piss, the original recipe comes close for that, for me. I love that.
Yeah, Lemon Lush all day long. But, getting back to old juices, I think one of my first ever favourite juices was Mother's Milk. The original version of Mother's Milk. With diacetyl in it. That was gorgeous.
See, I loved the original chamois shake. What you can buy now is not the original chamois shake. Oh, Bunny says her all-time favourite juice was
Unicorn Puke. Oh, I ain't had that in donkey's years.
Bill's is Lemon Gelato, Shy Tots Cola Nuts. Caramelicious from Castle from Noel. Rice Pudding and Custard from Flashy. And that was from Exceptional Vapes. Oh, blimey. Dean says not the mouldy nipple milk one that was 6 months steeped.
Oh, God. I mean, come on. You've got to remember that when Mother's Milk came out, prior to that, we were so like mainly vaping Hang Seng kind of juices.
Mike's mentioned the pink lemonade from Elements. That was one of my first juices. I really enjoyed that.
Another one I used to like of those is the freshly squeezed.
Yeah.
The big nipple. Hello.
Dear God. Cottontail cream. That's one I never tried. See, I never got into sort of Heisenberg and things when I first started out. No. But I love it now. You give me a good red A and I'm well happy.
Oh, yeah. A red A?
Yeah, Red Astaire.
That's Red Astaire. That's not Heisenberg.
No, but it's in the style of.
No. No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not. I disagree with you totally. Red Astaire is a cherry blooming tunes. Heisenberg is puke.
Heisenberg's fucking lovely.
Next you'll be telling me blooming Black Reloaded is awesome.
Yeah, it is.
I know
it's
Dean
one of my
loves
favourite
it.
Zeus juices.
Oh, I can't stand that stuff.
Oh man, I love that so much. It was one of the first heavy sort of ice ones that I tried, and it was...
Now, I've got to diss it because I can't stand it. Not the flavour at all. I vape that for about 3-4 minutes, and then I literally want to be sick. And it's because of the menthol in it. Now, they did the original black currant version without the menthol years back. I don't know if you can still get hold of it. And that is probably about the best black currant I've ever had. I just can't do the menthol bit.
Oh, Mike's, the blue sauce from Tit Sauce. They did a fantastic custard, did Tit Sauce. I really enjoy it. In fact, their custard cream, which you can still get, is well worth checking out, Tit Sauce's. It's now Brit sauce on the bottles, but yeah, that was the original black. But right, we better start winding up some because it's 10 minutes and we need to floof the wee man's undercarriage.
I think he's floofed enough.
Oh, there we go. Bunny says Tit Sauce did an amazing... Oh, blackcurrant cheesecake. I never tried that
cheesecake. Yummy. Yumminess.
It has gone quick
It's
tonight.
gone very quick tonight. Yeah, you're not kidding.
We've covered some ground, though. And to be honest, I mean, it's been a vapey show. We haven't done one of them for a while. So.
No, it's been good to do a vapey show.
Yeah, we like the vapey.
Oh,
we like the Mex.
I can't help it. I'm a simple bloke. I like my Mex.
I'm a simple bloke. I like boobies.
Yeah, I like the boobies. God, I do like the boobies.
We do like the boobies. If anybody care to share their boobies...
If you'd like to share your boobies, www.SoulOhm.
Fancy doing a vape show about vaping. It's exactly flashy. It's shocking. Oh, so do we, love. So do we. We hope Steve.
Yeah, big shout to Stevie. Bless him.
He looks shocking. Bless him.
He did, didn't he?
Maybe we should make that a group rule.
A group hug?
No, a group rule on the Facebook. If you have boobies, you must share them.
Yeah, I'm up for that. Don't know what Facebook's going to say, but yeah.
I don't think Mrs. C could fit them into an email or an envelope. Junk. Dead man walking. Craig, we're equal opportunity, mate. If you want to send your boobies, feel free.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Then the blackmail can commence. Right, well, we hope you've enjoyed it tonight. Everybody in chat, thank you for joining us. There's been some real blasts from the past being brought up tonight. I've really enjoyed this one. And it's been nice that everybody seems to have... Different people have been jumping into the different sections, which has been lovely to see. Junk easy. Right. Next week, as I said, we will be doing our Black Friday just to try and find a few deals for you, vaping and non-vaping stuff, just to see what we can find, which should be interesting. If you come across any Black Friday deals, please post them up.
Yeah, definitely. And you can also post them in the Facebook group as well if you want.
Yep. Just bang them in. It'd be fantastic. Scott, you're welcome, mate. And I can't think of two more knowledgeable people who could have given you help on it either. It's been lovely. Thank you, Bunny. Right, Mark. Over to you, boy.
Okay, over to me. Guys in chat, thank you so much. You do make the show, and it's great. We're just having a quick natter with each other. It's brilliant. The only thing that's missing is the pint.
I'm Betty.
Yeah, I'm Betty. Well, I was saying that I've had a pint, so...
I've been good.
You've been good. So, I'm going to wrap this one up. Thanks so much, Stevie, baby. Betty, get well soon. We miss you. So, from everybody, from me and Steve, we wish you a good evening. Obviously, the royalty is on next. So I'm sure you'll be all popping over there. So as you're leaving, if you could give us an old thumbs up, that would be awesome. It helps boost the show and the analytics and all that good stuff. So, from me and Steve, bye!
Bye!
Outro!
Oh, hold on. So, if Vic is the Sultan, does that make Dino the evil vizier?
There you go. Find out next week.
Bill?
Boost the anal what?
Not on this show.
And we're clear.